I really just wish I could love normally and that I could feel normal again.
Today I'm interviewing my teacher, Mr. Gracia. Today I'm interviewing Miss Black. Today I'm interviewing the Boyczuks.
All right, fire away.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I got it. Yay!
Hey, I did it!
Look at you. It's so cool seeing you both together. Like, I feel like I've only seen each of you separately. Okay, so basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be asking sort of like these simple kind of questions, and you just kind of answer whatever you're feeling, or like you can be as honest as you want, or you don't have to be honest at all if you want. So that's what I'm going to do. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And what's your name?
Kyle Gracia.
My name is Melanie Black.
Mitch.
And Maria.
Boyczuk.
Wow.
You were say Boyczuk too.
Boyczuk.
So my first question is, how long have you been teaching, and what do you teach?
5 years. I teach honors biology, AP biology, and AP environmental science.
I'm currently teaching guided study hall, MTSS coordinator, which just means working with kids who might have some type of academic struggle. Prior to this job, I taught high school English for 10 years.
I teach French, and this is my 11th year teaching.
I'm a high school counselor, and this is my 8th year.
Who was your favorite teacher, and what was their impact on you?
Let's see.
My high school social studies teacher, Mrs. Wormers, who was my mom at school. Blame her or credit her, whichever way you want to phrase that, for kind of putting me on this path, because things were tough in high school. I mean, I had a stepmom, and I went through a period where I didn't talk to my real mom. Miss Wormers was who I could go to. And I didn't share a whole lot with her, but she just made me feel important and loved. I knew I wasn't alone.
My favorite teacher was my 3rd grade teacher, Mrs. Storch. I just remember her like actually paying attention to me and making me feel valued. And even after I was out of her class, I mean, that was 3rd grade. I don't know, how old are you in 3rd grade? Even after, like, she kept in touch, and I would go visit her, and she even came to our wedding. She flew all the way out to Colorado for our wedding, you know, and so we've stayed in touch. And I just, I think that it's not even anything that she ever taught me, but it's just how she made me feel that makes me respect her so much.
My favorite teacher was probably one of my college teachers that taught me how to teach. I actually used to teach with him. His name was Steve Ottmer, and he just always believed in me from day one, supported me through everything, even when I had one of the worst weeks of my entire life. Mine's Miss Leone. She was my 11th grade math teacher. Before going into like that classroom, I always like look at teachers being like, you're not good at this. Like you need to teach us differently. Look at the kids' faces in this classroom. Like nobody's understanding what you're saying. And then finally, when I got to her class, I was like, that's how you do it. Like this is how you teach. I was like, oh my gosh, like that's like she just nailed it, and she connected with her students, and she was awesome.
What's your most memorable moment of being a teacher?
Oh, all right, a second to think about that.
It's a tough question, I know.
Oh, put me on the spot, Debbie. All right, give me a second.
Oh, wow.
It's a hard one because there's so many really good ones.
You know, a couple moments in mind, there's not really something super specific, but it's that, you know, that moment when students are giving presentations, you know, we do them in little groups. Everybody's being really supportive of each other, and they're trying to encourage each other to have some confidence and to participate and all of that. Like that just is, to me, like the best teacher feeling. And I strive for that, to create that kind of community in my class so students can feel comfortable doing that while I just sit back and watch it all.
Yeah.
I always use this one analogy where I talk about how you have pollen, how people are allergic to pollen, what that actually is, and like apples and stuff like that. And I brought in an apple, but it was after lunch. And the student of mine asked if I was going to eat that apple. And I was like, I wasn't planning on it because I had an apple for lunch. And he's like, well, can I have it? And I was like, sure, why? And I was like, because that's the only thing I would have eaten all day. And that just broke my heart because I just couldn't realize that the apple I was using as a demonstration was the only thing he had eaten so far today. So I would definitely say that's one of the most memorable moments of my career. For me, it's got to be like seeing kids mature. Basically, it's like a junior year to senior year switch. And most years, it's kind of like when kids go from, I'm already on top of it. I'm like, okay, that's like when okay, if something's happened, and like just seeing that, like, okay, these kids are starting to mature and going to be ready for the real world.
I think the most recent. I thought I was going to leave education as a whole. I had lost a number of students to suicide and I didn't want to teach anymore. I came to Pine Creek just like I wanted to do as little as possible. I didn't want to connect with my students. I did not ever again want to love my students the way I had loved my students at Discovery Canyon. I'm going to try to do this without crying because I didn't want to lose anymore. I felt very closed off from my kids. And last year I had a student ask me to write a letter for his senior book. In writing that letter, I realized finally, after 3.5, 4 years, the kids had done the very thing I did not want to have happen, and they had warmed my heart, and I did not feel disconnected from them anymore. And I realized I could love these kids the same way I had loved my kids at DCC, and that I couldn't do this job without loving the kids, and I had to let them in, even if it meant being vulnerable again to losing some of them. So sorry.
No, don't say sorry.
You guys healed me.
If you could give life a meaning, what would it be?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Maybe like finding happiness.
Be kind.
Being kind, like your shirt says.
Yeah, my shirt says be kind.
I don't know if I'm going to answer this correctly, and maybe there's no real correct answer. I think we're just here to take care of each other and to love each other. Does it matter if you get an A or a B in psychology? No. Does it matter how much missing work you had of your high school career? No. Is it more important how you go through your day? Is it, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of stream of consciousness here. One of the things I think I've learned at the end of the kids' high school graduation or the end of a long week at school, the most important thing to me is those kids walk away feeling like somebody loves them and believes in them. No matter what. You're not your grades. You're not your missing work list. I love you because you're you. I love you because you're Alyssa. I love you because you have so much beauty that you bring into my world. And I think that that's the most important thing about life. We just need to take care of each other. Be kind, love each other. I don't know.
Life's hard. Sometimes in life you feel like you're just going to get kicked down no matter what you do. And you just got to know eventually it's going to get better if you keep trying. You just keep moving forward. I always take the saying from Finding Nemo, just keep swimming. There are going to be times that you're just, no matter what you do, you just feel like this sucks. You just got to keep swimming because eventually it's going to get better. Dang it, Debbie.
I know.
Sentimental over here.
What makes life worth living for you?
The people. The people. My husband's over there going, even teaching, I wouldn't, you've got teachers sometimes who teach because they love their content. And I realized through the years, I liked my content, but I loved my kids. That is the one thing that makes life worth living. I don't ever want to do this life if I have to do it by myself.
Knowing I can make a difference in people that I didn't even realize I was. I'd say family and friends, obviously, they're going to be supportive and stuff like that, but there's always those little things that happen where I didn't know that I made that person's day better, or I changed the way that they looked at something. It just kind of makes you want to be kind, because you never know how you could change someone's life. Just try to be kind. Even though I know I'm sarcastic and an old grouch and stuff like that, I try to do it with humor.
Family.
Yeah.
100%.
What was your guys' first impression of me?
Of you?
Aww.
You were so quiet.
Yeah, it's a shock. It's the first thing that came to mind.
That was the first impression. It just takes a little to open you up. I'm the same way.
Yeah, but once you get comfortable with other people, then you're.
Yeah, it's not that
like
quiet or shy is a bad thing.
No.
Quiet. You were just quiet. I never had a bad impression of you or anything like that. You were just quiet and a little unsure of yourself, which is fine. I mean, you were a freshman. You just were quiet. It took you a little bit to come out of your shell.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It took me a little bit too.
I was worried about you. You just seemed so delicate, broken. There's just something about you though that immediately touched my heart and my soul. And I knew, like, Mr. Gracia was like, please take her and guide to study hall. I'm like, you don't even have to ask. Like, I have connected with her and I've been in her presence for 2 seconds. I'm glad that my first impression was wrong, that you're not that delicate and you're not broken, that you're tough and you're strong, and we're all broken and we just keep gluing ourselves back together, right? Or sometimes we have other people glue us back together. But yeah, there was something I think immediately about you, Alyssa, that spoke to me. And I don't know if it was just two souls touching or what, but I'm very grateful, and I will forever be grateful to Mr. Gracia for thinking to bring you to me.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Well, we'll both have a beautiful memory from that day then, even though it was a hard day, huh?
It was hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so grateful for that. So when things were bad, for me at the time, and like I wasn't really ready or able to share yet. Was there like a specific moment or sign that like something was wrong?
So obviously the first time I met you was the tears. There's also a look that you tend to get on your little face, and it's just kind of blank. You almost seem a little numb.
Yeah, it was your body language. You'd come into class and, just kind of sit still. You could just by looking at you, it's like, okay, something's up. But you couldn't tell if it was just a bad day or what. It's just one of those body language things.
I could just tell that you weren't yourself. Like, I could tell that something was off. You always were quiet, like I knew that, but you didn't have that that spark where I was like, oh, that's the Debbie I know. It felt like something was off, and I didn't know if it was, your junior year, because I know everyone always says I think the junior year is the hardest.
Like maybe it's a shield so nothing can come in because you're dealing with so much inside already that you can't, there's just no affect. But yeah, I would say definitely it's those two kind of extremes between the unconsoled crying and then the blankness.
I would say pretty much it's the same thing. I could just see it in your face and in your eyes, and like it just, there's times when it's like, how you doing, and then you just I could just see it kind of written all over your face. And
I didn't want to push you into telling me and stuff like that. I wanted you to be able to know that you can tell me when you want to tell me, but at the same time, I wanted you to know I was there for you. I wouldn't necessarily say there's a specific time. So I was just like, hey, I'll, give her the time, let her know. But I could tell that you weren't your usual self. So I think I told you pretty early on, I was like, hey, if you need anything, let me know and stuff like that, because I was being serious. I wanted you to be able to feel like you could do it at your own time and your own pace. There's a lot that goes on in this world. I've had my own bad days and bad weeks and bad months and stuff like that. And it's just, life's hard. You gotta progress at your own time and stuff like that.
When did you know that I needed help?
You came to me and you actually said, I need help. And it was for academic purposes. But
Right.
you had let me in on what was happening personally. And I knew that there was something that we needed to help. But again, I can't force that on you. When you
Right.
came to me and said, okay, I was like, okay, she's ready to receive help or to figure things out.
Mm-hmm. Just one of the times that you were in my office, and I was like, and then you opened up about more stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I could always tell there was something below the surface, but like we said about not being, saying things until you're ready to talk about it and confront it.
I think it was with Boyczuk. You had been really sad for a few days, and I noticed that. And I think because we went to his office during lunch, and that's when I was like,
Yeah.
all right. But I remember just being like, all right, let's go talk to Boyczuk, and I'm going to sit in there with you too. Because I remember at first, I don't think you wanted to go talk to him.
I didn't. I was like I don't think this will work. I've tried talking to other people before. I mean, you were literally the only person I trusted in school at all.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I didn't know if I could go to anybody else or anything. But I remember I think I walked in to your class and was like, hey, I'm not doing good.
Yeah, I knew something was up, but I felt like me being there as your supportive person that you knew, and Boyczuk being he's a counselor. This is what he's good at.
That was also the day that I met Miss Black.
Oh, that's right. See? Look at that. I know something every once in a while.
I don't think I'll ever forget that because you helped me right away, and I had not had that before. So.
Good. I'm glad I could help.
The day you fell out of Mr. Boyczuk's office into my arms, and we went and sat in Miss Cornelia's office.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was so afraid I wasn't enough. I was so afraid. That's why I was like, I have to get somebody else in here to help because I don't want to let her down.
If you could give, sorry, I'm tearing up.
Okay, I am too.
You could give me advice, what would you say to me? If you had any, for anything.
Do things that make you happy.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
write that down.
Always be true to yourself.
The be happy thing is not just baking a pie makes me happy. I mean, it's just being a high school counselor, that makes me happy. So if I was in a job that I wasn't happy with, then I would find something that I, they always say if you're happy and you enjoy your job, then it's not work. So all aspects of life, relationships, things like that.
Dessert choice. If you
Dessert
don't like
choice.
your dessert, order
Change
another
it up.
one.
Order another one.
There. That's what you're saying, right?
Finish the first one and get another one. Yeah.
And the thing I said earlier, just keep swimming. I've had some very bad times in my life where I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to keep going. I didn't know what would be my best solution or anything like that. It was just honestly, just keep swimming, because you don't know how soon that it can get better. Like, I was engaged. She broke up with me. My car broke down 3 days later. It was the worst week of my life. And it was just, my best friend reached out to me. He paid to have a rental car, and I went and spent up the weekend with him. He cooked for me. We, did things together. It's just, you never know who is going to be able to reach out to you and be able to change even just a little bit. But you have to believe that even in this world, when it's crazy it is, just keep moving forward and something's going to turn around for you. Even if it's the littlest thing, little tiny things that you don't know are going to happen will happen. Like, I truly believe that the world is not out to get you, even though sometimes it sure feels like it is. You just keep swimming, you keep moving forward. You're gonna make yourself stronger. You get that, your belief back in you, and you can get it done. Killing me.
Don't stop asking for help when you need it. Don't ever think you're a burden to other people. I feel like that's one of your things I wish I could just fix a little bit more for you. Afraid you're going to burden other people because you need something. And I don't ever want you to feel that way. There's way too many of us who just love and adore you. Your family, your brothers, your parents. You told me these wonderful stories about your grandparents. Don't ever be afraid to reach out. You are not a burden. You are a light. You remember that forever, okay?
Thank you. Okay, so this is my last one.
Okay.
This is my last one.
Okay.
So this is my last question. I might tear up.
Don't make me. I already started.
I know, I'm going to. I'm just letting you know.
Then we're both gonna go cry. No.
But there's no way I can ask this without crying. So may get teary-eyed. Not sure yet. I probably will. I'm just letting everyone here know as a little announcement, I guess. Okay, so. Did you know that you saved my life? Did you know that you saved my life? Did you know you saved my life?
I didn't know it until you told me at the park.
No.
I figured I had some impact on you just in general, but no, I did not.
I don't really know how to say this because I don't even know if I have words, but I was so afraid that day, Alyssa, that I was not what you needed and that I was not going to be enough in that moment. And I hated walking away from you that day too, when I had to leave. You are meant to be here, sweetheart. You are meant to be in my life, and I would be lost without you. So that's probably the greatest compliment you could ever give me. I wish you had never felt that way. I'd never want to think that you hurt that badly. But I'm so, so grateful to know you, and I am so thankful you're still here with us. You don't ever need to be more than who you are.
You guys literally saved my whole life. I wouldn't be here at all without you guys. So I appreciate you both so much, and thank you for being here, and thank you for everything you both do. I could not do this or be here or be present or do anything without your guys' help. So thank you for everything. I would not be here at all without you. So I owe everything to you. So thank you for everything. I just I cannot express how much you have impacted my life from the first day that I met you. I literally can't express my gratitude. I'm so grateful to you. I don't get to say it enough. But just thank you for everything you do. I appreciate you so much. I could not do this at all without you, and I wouldn't be here. So thank you for everything.
Katie, I love you.
No thank yous
No,
necessary. You are a beautiful soul. You're going to do great things with your life. It has been my personal pleasure to have a little part of that. It's been wonderful.
It was just also just the little things you guys would both do. I remember I needed an extension on one of my French projects, and you literally just gave it to me, no questions asked. And when I couldn't really get to a class on time, I didn't know if I had enough energy, you let me in your office. I really can't express my gratitude enough. So thank you both for being here.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I've been better. So I got a job.
That's good.
So that's crazy. That's such an adult thing I didn't think I could do. I've been applying to colleges. I didn't think I'd be alive past high school to apply for stuff, and like, yeah, I'm better now. But I owe all of it to you, so thank you for everything you do. Like, I can't express my gratitude, so thank you.
Debbie, you're wonderful.
I think about the things that I've gone through, right? And the things that broke my heart, ones I loved and lost. And I think back, if I had to go through what I had to go through to be here for you now, to make sure that you're here, to make sure that you get to do the things you want in this life, and that you are touching people and helping people and loving on people because that's who you are, then I'd go through it 100 times over again. You are that worth it. I hope you always, always remember that. And when you don't hear it from people or you get a different answer, just remember, they're not your people. Move on.
I owe you everything. Thank you for everything.
I am just as blessed and lucky to have you in my life, sweetie. You bring just as much to me as you think I bring to you.
Of course. And thank you for sharing all that.
Yeah.
And that's like, you said tears. I didn't know it was going to be on my
I know. Oh goodness. But Alyssa too, just know that like this year high school is, you know, we might not be your teacher and counselor anymore, but we're always going to be here for you.
Mhm.
And even though we might not be able to help in the same ways, like we've got you. We're here for you, okay? Oh gosh.
Sorry.
And just
I just want to be back with you guys in person.
I know, me too. That was my interview thing.
All right. Well, thanks for letting us be a part of it.
All right. Take care,
Bye.
kiddo. See ya.
And I will see you again soon.
Thank you.
Love ya.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.
just keep swimming.